Welcome to the Rainbow Gateway Oracle Virgo. This is your general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, 6th house. We have some heart cards coming out. I don't remember the name of the deck, but we have a reflectionary energy here. We have on the back, it says, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay. There's something you definitely need to be seeing in yourself. It's nothing to be judging or being harsh to yourself regarding, but just something you need to see. And resentment comes from the things that we do out of obligation that we don't really want to do. So when we do something out of obligation, we do it because we think we're supposed to. There's some subconscious motivations there, usually related to trauma and things like that. Early childhood conditioning. The ability to always do the thing that feels the best for you in the moment, not what you think you should do, but what your intuition is telling you to do. That'll help you to avoid obligation. You know, if you feel the need to cancel the plans, cancel the plans. You know, if you feel, don't worry about it. So that's the thing. When you worry about it, like when you worry about, oh God, what are they going to think about me if I cancel the plans? You know, do what you need to do for yourself. And then you'll see in the future you stop making plans, because then you won't have to go through that whole rigmarole of like, oh God, now I'm guilty because I canceled the plans. You're not guilty for canceling the plans. You made the plans when it sounded fun, or perhaps, or you felt maybe coerced or coaxed into it. And then later on, the plans weren't in the same energy as when you made the plans. So then now it's not the right plan for the moment. You really can only ever make a decision and a plan based on what's going on in the moment, not based on what was going on in the moment like 6 weeks ago or yesterday or 3 days ago. You need to make it based on what's going on right now. What's the energy calling for? What's the universe calling for? Okay? Not what are your thoughts calling for. What's the universe calling for? Okay? That's intuition. That comes different. Many of you know that already, but this is a time when you're going to be seeing the way that you overextend yourself, okay? You don't need to be a people pleaser, but that's just part of the trauma things, okay? It's not your fault that you have these trauma things and you learn to, overgive, and there's like a challenge perhaps in saying no to things, learning to say no with just a really calm demeanor, like, yeah, no thanks. You don't have to give an excuse. You don't have to go into it. You don't have to make anything up. You can just say, no, that's just not feeling right for me right now. You don't have to go into it. You don't owe anybody an explanation for it, okay? Practice that, though. Practice that. You don't owe people explanations, but you could just say, no, I'm just not feeling it right now. And if they try to argue, don't get into it with them. People who accept boundaries are your friends. People who don't accept boundaries are trouble and are not very caring to your needs, okay? So pay attention to that in your relationships. Here we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Make the effort here to, do the work, do the inner work here to heal the trauma underneath, okay? There's a great book by Peter Levine, and it's called like Waking the Tiger or something around that. Waking the Tiger, Peter Levine. It's about trauma, but it's a really easy read, and it's helpful to understand the, science behind trauma and how that affects you. And it's got just a really good opening for you. Like when you read it, the knowledge is going to open your mind up, and then it'll send you in different places and spaces for you to find your own way from there, as things do in life. Vision, contemplating the future. So, you know, definitely giving some thought to where you're headed, but it's like there's still a sense of being underwater, and you will emerge. I feel like it's like there's going to be a sense of good things on the horizon, like a sense of clarity. But then there's going to be like a dip where there's a lot of emotions, and then there's going to be a bit of a sinking. But don't worry, you're going to still have your head above water. All right? Just let yourself, you know, get that vision, go through the process. You know, there's going to be, you know, fears and stuff that come up. It says daring on the card, okay? It says daring. Well, daring is like, you know, setting forth on a new path in life, doing something completely different than you ever used to. You also have to see the things that you were doing to yourself that weren't the best, and that you need to just kind of work through that stuff. We have Majesty here. There's definitely growth. There's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of growth. So after you go through that tumultuous emotion here with what happened, you have the bamboo, and there's a lot of growth here. It's helping you to see more flexibility in your life, and it's also helping you to stand more firmly, because it's a unicorn, not a tiger, and there's that energy of independence here. It's really helping you to stand more strongly. I am getting a bit of an Aquarian vibe too. Someone here might have a little bit of Aquarius energy. Simplicity. Like, you're coming out really amazingly here. You know, the growth is wonderful. It's beautiful. You did a really good job here, or this is like, as you move through the process, you know, this is a job well done here. And then it's like, there's a sense like you're not giving yourself enough credit. You know, it's kind of like having this magnificent painting and then a stick figure. It's like, you know, it has to do with contrast, something to do with contrast here. The difference in quality of things, the difference in style, the difference in the way things come out. Modern versus ancient. We have 5 of Stones, endurance here. This is the Wildwood Tarot. You may be going out of town, camping. Not for everyone here. There's a need to eliminate a particular mental pattern, okay? And it's a pattern of self-abandonment, all right? That's what is being worked through here, is that you're healing that. We have Ace of Bows, Spark of Life. So there's definitely like new energy coming through here. There's a Ten of Bows, responsibility. There's something coming in here for you, okay? So it's like something didn't work out and it left you kind of feeling like left out, stuck. You know, you had to rest afterwards. Like, you know, your mind is kind of reeling here. There's something that's been given to you, something, you know, that's been offered to you. There's an energy. It feels like it's too heavy at first, but it wouldn't be heavy for very long. Nine of Bows, respect. Let me get another one here. The Page of Bows, the Stoked. The opportunity is good here, but it's like at first it's going to seem a little bit heavy. The energy coming in, it's kind of like you have to see the pitfalls in it first. Respect your time, respect the situation. You want to make sure that it's going the way you want it to be going here. But I'm getting that it's gonna ultimately get you the thing that you want. Yeah, Nine of Vessels, generosity. That's the wish fulfillment right there. That's it. We have the instruction, Ten of Arrows at the bottom. Someone's helping you here for sure. You have someone helping you. You have someone guiding you. Let's see, let's get some of these out here. Soulmate cards. From a physical perspective, some relationships may seem less than perfect. Yet from a higher perspective, all relationships are sacred, for they each help us to grow in love and wisdom. The pattern of self-abandonment here is being really given the center theme, okay? the wisdom is heavy, but it's there to open up your mind and heart in order to bring in the things that you've been asking for from the universe, okay? You're asking for this to help you heal, but you have to take this truth into consideration, because it takes time to grow the garden before the evolution of you have to have the experience of growing the garden. Like, that just doesn't happen overnight, and neither does the fully open-hearted after having done their work, right? This is the place where you're headed. The universe has sexuality here as well. And then we also have the distorted feminine. Okay. Your relationship right now is a distortion, and it's challenging, and it's all of that stuff that you have to work through on your spiritual path. It's a really important relationship. It's not a bad relationship. It's not something that you shouldn't have, but you are experiencing it from a distorted reality. That's the stuff you have to work on your spiritual path, okay? It's not bad. It's just part of your process, all right? That's the thing you need to know. Now, you are someone who does the work. It's no problem, okay? As you grow and as you go through life experiences, you're going to see all of the lessons and all the things that you learn from spirit through the process, and you will evolve into that fully sacred women and step out of the distortion. But the evolution of your consciousness, it takes time, and we can think that we made it there already, and we're not, and there's not really anywhere to go, but it seems like that, okay? There's lots of little things you have to see that sometimes you're not always looking at, okay? Because you're looking over here in this direction, but you're not seeing these little things down here. And the spirit guides and our life experiences take us on paths, and sometimes it'll take us up this nice, stream to go back up to the shore, but then it sends us back down again because we have to see these little things down here that are, kind of lurking. And then, so until you clear that stuff underneath that's lurking, that's the work you're doing now, right? It's like that's, but then that's where the abundance comes, okay? We often go through cycles. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. We go through cycles, many, many cycles, where we sort of, it's the seasons. We go through the birth, the death, the rebirth over and over and over again. And you're in that phase right now where it's time to clear out that old stuff again and let it go and evolve one more time. That's what the universe is asking you to do. Asking you to evolve one more time. And then you will be able to heal those other sexual wounds that are there. And you'll be able to find a more healthy sexual relationships because of the subconscious things like that. You may not have specific sexual wounds, but there's something that's traumatized within the sacral chakra specifically, and then those will be resolved in time as well. The universe has a message, and it's now or never. That's what it is. It's now or never, okay? Now or never, now or never, now or never. That's it. We are the Rainbow Gateway Oracle. We are a channel. We have Akashic records in our library. We have a wise experience in life and connect to Pleiadians and other beings and the Arcturians and the other beings are always around, watching, seeing, playing, laughing, guiding, and are always ready for you to call them whenever you need them. Call for help when you feel afraid every time. Worry is fear. Concern is fear. Shame, contempt, guilt, it's all fear. Call on the Spirit when you feel that way. Learn to breathe deeply into your belly. This is the Rainbow Gateway Oracle. We have readings in the description box. We're here to serve you. Feel free to reach out at our email, the rainbowgatewayoracle@gmail.com. We will never reach out to you first. Please feel free to connect with us and confirm you are conversing with the correct party. We are a collective of beings and come through our reader here. She is a acupuncture professional, an herbalist, a master's graduate, has a science degree in Chinese medicine, is a yoga teacher, and also is a rainbow mystical shaman and has spent numerous hours digging through her shadow and healing very deeply to a place where most would never go in life, and has experienced deep, 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 deep trauma and has lived a modest life and has experienced the most amazing things by following nothing but intuition and even living without income at times. This is the path of a true psychic, and you are listening to her now. Thank you for coming and for following your curiosity. We have readings for sale. We have experience with psychology at a depth that is genius to some degree. We are neurodivergent and autistic to the functioning degree, depending on your point of view in the world. This is info about your reader, and their name will remain hidden. Thank you, and until we see you again, this is the Pleiadian Council. Ta-ta.